Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I just wanted to have a quick chat about an article that I recently read, and I feel silly but I've completely lost the article. So the gist of it was about a woman who had taken a DNA test, I think it was with Ancestry.com, and when she'd gotten her results back they were sort of emotionally distressing. I believe the issue was that she'd found out that her father was not her real biological father, and she hadn't known this information before, so she was quite distressed. And when she contacted Ancestry to seek kind of help from them, they didn't reply, or their reply wasn't satisfactory. I can't definitely remember. If you know the article that I'm talking about, please let me know in the comments below, because I could have sworn that I bookmarked it and it is not there and I cannot find it. So yeah, let me know if you know what I'm talking about. But it got me to thinking, what is the responsibility of these companies when they're offering these tests? So when you buy a kit through Ancestry or any of these other companies, you do agree to certain terms and conditions, but I don't remember any of them being to do with emotional distress that the results may cause. So it may be there, let me know if I'm wrong, but I really don't remember any of them saying that. And as far as I know, none of them offer any kind of counselling or support services for people who have had distressing results. When I say distressing, I mean finding out that your father isn't your biological father when you didn't know could be quite upsetting, but it's not the only possible scenario. So things like people who were adopted who perhaps didn't know that they're adopted, cases of incest or affairs being found out, finding long lost siblings who had resulted from an affair, even ethnicity estimates. Some people get quite upset if the ethnicity isn't what they were expecting, or cases of sperm donors too. That's a whole new sort of can of worms. Can of sperms. So if somebody gets their results and for whichever reason they are incredibly distressed by them, if they've found out something that they really didn't expect and it's been a shock for them, do these companies have any responsibility? Should they be providing some sort of assistance for people? I'm a little bit on the fence with this one. I'm not really sure. I sort of see a few possibilities here. One is that the company could provide a support service. So they actually employ a branch sort of their team who are available to discuss results with people. However, that could blur into the territory of people helping to interpret results. But at the same time, genealogists aren't really qualified or necessarily skilled in counselling. It would have to be a particular service that was just dedicated counsellors to help with sort of trauma. The other possibility, I guess, is that the company could be affiliated with a counselling sort of service. So they could connect members with this support service if they're experiencing a trauma through their results. So another option is, of course, the companies could have a disclaimer that comes along with the kit. So when you purchase the kit, it has some sort of like warning that the company isn't responsible for the results and any kind of impact that the results might have on you. I mean, that's a huge thing to say because they're the ones offering the test, but at the same time, you know, they can't be responsible for what your family didn't tell you. And of course, the last option is leave it as it is. They bear no responsibility and they don't even bother to say anything. Do let me know what you think. I'm a little bit undecided on this one. I feel like it could be good to offer some sort of help, but it would have to be done in the right way. I know that when people are adopted and they go and seek their birth parents, these adoption sort of agencies do tend to have support services and counselling and stuff for the adoptees and presumably for the parents too. But I suppose it's a lot more specialised. Like, the issue that an adopted person goes through isn't necessarily the same issue that somebody goes through who finds out that their parent had an affair or who finds incest in their tree. Like, these are all sort of separate issues. So So I'm interested to hear what you think anyway. Please let me know in the comments below. Do you think that these companies bear any responsibility to their customers as far as dealing with the results goes? That is, just dealing with the emotional aspect, not figuring out their genealogy. Also, please do let me know if you know the article that I'm talking about, if you've read it, because yeah, I can't find it. But yeah, I found this article just particularly interesting from an ethical standpoint. Like, what responsibility do these companies bear? Because it's an important issue. The more people that do these tests, the more of these things are going to be dredged up. And people of the past who maybe hid things would never have guessed that it would be so easily available to their descendants. So it's a big question when these companies are offering these tests and then you get your results in your home and some people would just really not know what to do with them then. Or are you somebody who has gone through something like this? Did you get some really shocking results that were difficult to deal with? And if so, what did you do? Did you seek counselling? Did you try to approach the company who sold the kit? Or did you seek counselling elsewhere? Or did you just take time and eventually deal with it? I can see how it would be quite traumatic because a lot of people, you know, build their identity around where they've come from, who they are. And, you know, if it turns out that your parents are not your parents and you had no idea of this, that could be quite traumatic. And I think it's the same reason that a lot of us do genealogy, because being interested in who we are and where we came from, it tells us something about ourselves. So if our whole life has sort of been a bit of a lie in that regard, it must be quite hard to just have the rug pulled from under you. But yeah, okay, I feel like I've rambled enough about this one. Please let me know what you think in the comments and make sure you hit the subscription button if you are new. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye!